Hey, welcome to Minding Your Business with the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce. I'm Chris Spiker.
I'm Eric Goldstein. We are here with our first guest, Chuck Murphy.
Hey, welcome, Chuck.
Hi, how are you?
Wonderful. Hey, and thanks for being a member of the Lancaster Chamber
You're more than welcome.
of Commerce.
Absolutely.
What was the decision in joining the chamber?
Well, it became very necessary for me to become well known in the Antelope Valley. And after doing a little research, I realized getting involved with all the chambers that are out here is a perfect way to do that. And the reason I needed to get to know everybody was I had started a new nonprofit. It's called Music and Kids.
Music and Kids. And how long have you been involved with the chamber and coming to the events and introducing yourself? A couple of years?
And it's been about 2.5 years now, yeah.
You got on the radar.
Absolutely.
And the other day at a business for breakfast for the Lancaster Chamber, I said, I'm always looking for guests for the show. And you said, anytime.
Absolutely.
And here you are.
And here I am, thank you.
Well, thank you. You cleared your schedule, and you came on to talk a little bit about music for kids.
Absolutely. Pretty much, it's interesting how your life can go from one point to another so quickly when you actually get passionate about something. And in 2016, I had two things happen. After 40 years of writing and producing music, I ended up with a record that went to number 3 on the Billboard charts, the Americana charts, for 13 weeks, and I had 2 *1 hits.
So what does that mean? You didn't have to work anymore?
No, it didn't mean that. But what it did mean is that I had a real inner need to give back, because I was finally recognized for being a singer-songwriter, and that's what I've been doing all my life, and it's been a real long journey.
In the Antelope Valley?
Well, I actually moved. I'm originally from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I moved out here in 2000 after being in the restaurant business back in Minneapolis, and I had been in and out of the music business, and each time I got into it, I realized how much more money I was going to need to get where I wanted to go in the music business. So I'd get out of the music business, go make money, because I never could imagine a major label picking me up, so I kind of had to play both ends. I was going to be that independent record label and the artist, and I came out here in 2000, and the rest is history. It just didn't happen right away when I came out here.
Yeah. But now it has, and now you're giving back.
Now it has, and I'm giving back, and I don't know. I mean, when I look around, I just feel that we need to do all we can to educate our kids, and we keep seeing budgets getting cut when it comes to education,
right?
And music and arts is pretty much been thrown out, and it's so important. I mean, here we are in the Antelope Valley, and we've got all kinds of aerospace engineers here.
Right.
And I've had conversations with a couple of them that have actually said, the engineers that grew up with music in their lives can think outside the box.
Wow.
The ones that didn't have music in their lives can't seem to get outside the box when they're trying to figure things out. And I don't know if it's true or whether they're just joking, but it kind of made sense to me.
So there is a correlation between art and science.
I believe there's a correlation between art and science, between art and learning. When you start to think of the brain and how it works.
The brain kind of opens up to music.
Absolutely, and it creates all these neural patterns that are just they help children with language and math, and then the discipline aspect of music. Those disciplines stay with kids all their lives.
So how does music for kids work out? Do you go into the classroom?
Well, we have in putting the program together, the passion was teach children music, but there was far more to it. I wanted to create something that actually, after doing the research, I realized that there's quite a few music nonprofits, but the one thing that isn't happening is paying the teachers. So the teachers weren't getting paid, so they would show up when it was convenient. It's all
Right.
volunteerism, and I'm not, when I say when it's convenient, that sounds like I'm being negative.
You know, we ask teachers to do an awful lot.
I think we do, and then we ask them to pay for it on top of that.
Yeah, right.
So I'm not trying to be negative on teachers. What I'm trying to do is make sure they get paid, and with what we're doing, and it's made a real difference. And the kids in our organization get that one-on-one experience. And if there's going to be a group lesson, because we've broken kids into a band, they're very seldom going to be larger than 5 kids in a group.
Your groups really are into performance, aren't they? You're performing all the time.
We absolutely push that direction. In
Yeah.
fact, we're even taking it a step further. We are actually coming together with the Child Safety Network, which is the National Child Safety Network, and in the Southern California, there's going to be multiple events coming up that we're going to have our kids out to. And the idea behind that is that it's not just, music isn't just about learning music. It's about taking some of those moments of where you've actually developed yourself to the point where you can sing, play a guitar, play a piano, and then we want to get kids out in front of an audience. And we start, as soon as they're able to do something, we'll get them right. I mean, talking about the Chamber of Commerce's, we get them out to sing the national anthem for different events that the chambers are putting on.
Right.
And in itself, you get a vocalist to the point where they're singing the national anthem, and
In front of 1,000 people or more?
or 15.
Yeah, right.
If they can hit all the notes, it's a pretty amazing feat in itself.
Right, yeah, so that looks good on their resume.
And you know, and every time we get kids out and people see them sing, suddenly the credibility to our organization really goes up. I mean, whether it be the last year at the Christmas parades, and where we had the kids singing on the floats.
Right.
I can't tell you how many people thought we were piping that music in, and it wasn't the kids singing. They were just,
Wow.
you know. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
But we've had, you know, and we've been around for 2.5 years roughly right now. We've had 3 kids that have come through the program that have actually graduated from high school. And as they graduate from high school, they actually got scholarships for college in musical theater.
Wow.
And
May not have happened without the program.
well, I actually have, in my heart, I really believe these kids really have talent.
Right.
And I want to believe that whether I was part of their journey or not, that they would have gotten where they're going. But in a couple of cases, I've got letters from mothers saying, thank you very much, your program did it for us.
That's the indicator
Yeah.
right there. So you have a Facebook page,
Yes.
and how do people get in touch with you?
Well, we have a Facebook page, and you can get in touch with us through Music and Kids on Facebook. We also have a website address, which is musicandkids.org. And you can go to that website and you can make donations if you want to make donations. You can see what we're doing, where our events are at, so you can come out and join us. And yeah, I mean, we're very active. We're doing a lot of things.
You are kind of like a marketing guru.
Well, let's just hope it keeps happening, because we've just, now that we've hit this 2.5-year point, we're at a point where we can start filing for both state and federal grants. Which means that the number of kids we're going to be able to get in the program is going to be much more. It's interesting because I was able to identify really quickly when we first started how many children here in the Antelope Valley are looking for our program, and we came up with 2,600.
Wow.
We have a waiting list of 100 and maybe 25 right now, and.
What do the school districts think about the program?
They're starting to embrace us a little bit. And I say a little bit because we kind of came at it, we weren't trying to jump in with the school
Right.
districts, but what's been happening is they've been searching us out, and it looks like we're going to be maybe putting together next year a program for both Palmdale and Lancaster.
Right.
We're hoping that we can develop it to the point where we can get the elementary schools working with us, and we can get a program in.
So this is a program, and these are dollars that the school district didn't have or couldn't find, or
Well, exactly, and that's the nice part about what we're doing. We're a nonprofit, 501c3, and we're raising our money, and things are, you know, coming in, and again, we want to pay our teachers.
Yeah.
And we can actually offer our program cheaper, then,
Oh, yeah. Give it time.
yeah,
Yeah. Change subjects a little bit. You have a duo with Nappy Nap,
I do, yeah.
and you're always performing.
We, the Nappy Nap Chuck Murphy duo is used for two things. One is to raise awareness of our programs, both with Music and Kids and the Palmdale Gabriel House, which we now are teaching at and creating the curriculum. And we also raise money by going out and perform. So anybody that's looking to do something wonderful and needs some very quality entertainment from a duo act that loves to sing harmonies, and give us a call.
Professionals.
Yeah,
The live music scene is alive and well in the Antelope Valley.
absolutely. Getting better all the time.
We just have a minute left. But,
Yep.
one of my producers said, make sure we give a shout out to Guido's at the Hangar up in Roseman.
Okay.
New place,
Do I get to give a shout out too?
couple.
Okay, well, here's one for you. Zelda's on Lancaster Boulevard. Last minute, this Saturday night, it's going to be a big event.
Which is tonight. Yeah, this will play Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What time does it start?
It actually, the event starts at 5 in the afternoon, but we actually go on at 8.
That's when it starts, when you go on stage.
Yeah. You can say that, I won't.
Okay.
I want to give everybody the credit they deserve always.
Well, Chuck Murphy, Music for Kids, thank you very much for coming on the show.
And thank you, Chris.
And thanks again for being a happy and proud chamber member.
Always. And a big shout out to Anna.
Yeah.
She's been a big support.
Ms. Zarley.